This clip is brought to you by VegasWinners.com. Get expert sports betting advice from some of the best handicappers in the world. Head on over to VegasWinners.com and win yourself some money.
So you said, we can't afford Hulk. I think everybody just assumes that that's probably the case. But when you're trying to maybe put together a deal with Panda, that feels like something you might just throw out there. Oh, by the way, Mr. Carter, have you ever heard of Hulk Hogan? Because he called and was inquiring about maybe coming in. You had to at least mention that, right? I mean, sure. Even if you don't have pen to paper, the idea that you got the call and somebody's thinking about investing, that means you're doing something right. If Hulk Hogan's sniffing around, right?
Well, and whether it was the first Spike meeting or the first Panda meeting or even a direct TV or in demand, when you sit down at a table and you're looking at a guy across the table, and Conrad, if I sit down across the table with you, now we have Google, but it used to go with word of mouth. I would, begin by going, okay, this guy has done mortgages. No, 1 year. Nope. 2 year. Nope. Wait, he's been doing this 20 years. Yeah. He knows everybody. So it's the conversation. And of course we would share that with Bob and Janice and Dixie. And at that time, Todd was day-to-day, Todd's Dixie's brother. So yeah, we definitely shared the news that, again, Jimmy Hart and just sort of that lineage that Jimmy had, they did a XWF startup, but it didn't go anywhere. So just that whole chatter of becoming the alternative and how do we arrive at our goal, and our goal being profitability.
So Hulk Hogan eventually does return to the WWF, does his old amazing Mr. America gimmick in 2003. Once again, another falling out. Surprise, Cash and Creative. And that's the end of Vince and Hogan again. And
you're going to give props to who comes up with Cash and Creative. Isn't that JR? Yeah,
that's JR.
I don't think you gave him a footnote, did you?
I did at the very beginning, but I'll say it every time if you want.
See how you just got to just go right off, man. You have
no. When I said that about ad-free shows to you,
Conrad Red Ass is what we have. We got that. No, it's not even Red Ass. It's Conrad Crimson Ass.
Well, at least they didn't lose to the Jets. So let's talk about Jimmy Hart's working a deal with, I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, Murad Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember the details of this and how it all was, supposed to happen, but maybe didn't?
Well, Murad and I, there was oh boy, let me back up here to try to give the sort of, no need to get granular, but the Tyson run, and this is probably appropriate right now. The Tyson heavyweight title run was over. The WCW run in pay-per-view world was over. Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao, I may be going off, but heavyweight fights, it's very appropriate. They are what draw in boxing. Not saying Sugar Ray Leonard, not saying in MMA that McGregor tops. I'm not throwing shade on middleweights or light heavyweights or any of that. But the big heavyweight bouts are always the biggest box office attraction. That's just a fact. I mean, the boxing lovers of the world, the old school, new school, they love Wilder Fury. I mean, they got to have three, the mega business done. It's just how the world operates. So with that being said, Murad was a guy that knew that the boxing world was down. UFC was not like it is today. They didn't have UFC gyms everywhere in the world. And, UFC being by far the leading combat sport in the world, it's just a different era. So Murad wanted to figure out, how do we do things different? How do we package pay-per-view events different? So can we have wrestling? Can we have boxing? Can we have this new startup MMA? Can we have kickboxing? Just how do you package? That's what I remember. He wanted to package pay-per-views, combat sports / sports entertainment in a unique way. And so that's sort of what I remember of those conversations.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.